'cause I'll tell you what I'm doing tonight. Could it be a, could it be a, could it be yours?
It's your girl MAEVUIM, and today we're going to be talking about men. Men being short for mental health issues. If you're new to the YouTube channel, hi, it's your girl MAEVUIM. I'm a singer, songwriter, astrologer, all that good stuff. Go check out my music and my music videos if you haven't already. I just want to introduce myself to those who aren't already subscribed. So we're just gonna dive right into the nitty-gritty. I really didn't take notes. I'm just kind of venting today. But overall, the whole synopsis of what this video is going to be is stop chasing and stop attracting. I stopped keeping up with men's issues because that's what makes them a man, how you solve and navigate those issues versus you putting yourself into that manosphere trying to solve for them and emasculating them. I think one thing I've learned now, I'm 24 now, with my dating experiences, if a man wants to put you in this issue, doesn't want to save you or be that superhero or be the best leader that he can be for you, he's probably not the best man for you, because it's just gonna make you like less feminine, more aggressive. You go from woman to warrior mode, and ultimately it's just not the case. It is not the best scenario on the outcomes that you think you would be getting by being like tapping into that, you know, that more motherly figure into solving issues. No, he's grown. If he's saying he's the man and he's trying to stick this thing in you, right, like that, he gotta solve it. He gotta show he's strong enough, and you got yourself set and statured to even enter into an atmosphere of womanhood by being in your best divine manhood, if that makes sense. I think overall, the Captain Save-A-Home mentality is just like it's played out. It is. And we, especially as women, we're always conditioned to do everything and not be compensated for it. I think with my experience in the independent artist scene and being like the sole conductor of that train, basically the sole person that holds the glue for everything, it is exhausting. I remember like my body literally shut down on me that I had to take a hiatus from my music projects. My music video Insane is my last music video that I'm doing for a little bit until I get my health right, my physique right, and get my, you know, my endurance and performance up to par, so I'm not setting myself up for failure for the future with my health, because taking on unnecessary responsibilities as a woman makes your body deteriorate fast. We as women already age faster than men, you know what I'm saying? And looking around in the women in my life, it's kind of disastrous how they kind of fell into that whole diaspora and trap of the manosphere, playing Captain Save-A-Ho, making excuses for grown-ass men. If that man can stick his thing in another woman and make a baby with that woman, he is telling his body and his whole genetic makeup that I am ready to come with those responsibilities. Even though your ass may not be, but that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Anytime you sleep with somebody, you're taking on that energy. And if you want to manipulate the universe and psychology and lie to yourself and say that you're ready for this thing, and you try to go against your intuition and your whole like cognitive dissonance and your whole subconscious and your whole upper level of divinity, you want to go against all those things, you ultimately pay the price for it. Meaning, it's like when they say trust your gut, trust your intuition, mind over matter, those are all components of like having emotional intelligence for one, and two, having respect, honestly, for yourself. I know now how I'm dating and navigating dating as a young woman who doesn't have kids, and any factors that's really holding that I would feel like would be like a little threshold and how I make decisions, because when you have a kid, you're not only making a decision for you, you're making a decision with the kid in mind. But somebody who's child free, you know, I'm making decisions like I'm analyzing these guys like a hawk. I'm not gonna instruct them to do a damn thing. I know what my standards and statutes are. You know, expectations are really reality. And it doesn't matter how the situation plays out. sometimes it doesn't play out in your favor for the best. When things aren't going accordingly, you kind of have to like tell yourself this is for the best. Even though it may suck that, like, you know, sometimes dealing with men, you want whatever they're displaying to be true, you know, and really, you know, substance and punctual and intentional. You may want all those things to be, you know, converted into a place of trust, you know, with these people or these men that you're dealing with. Sometimes if it really is like causing you that internal stress and that dis-ease within yourself, MENT is short for mental health issues. I don't know a single woman in my life that's thriving because they chose to take the route of trying to shape men into how they should be in their reality, and they're suffering for it with having all their kids and knowing they're incompetent enough to even procreate a child with, and now you're stuck carrying a burden. Now your ass look 45 at 23. Now you looking 60 at 30 years old. You lost all the most, like, you know, you lost your prime dealing and trying to play this stupid game of loyalty and ride or die. Listen, I'm telling y'all now, men is short for mental health issues, meaning they gotta figure it out for themselves. You could be a support system, you know, when they do things that show progress, in substantial progress, not the little things, substantial progress, and, you know, putting themselves in a place where productivity, prominence, and punctuality is always going to be a part of the foundation of how they're going to move forward towards success for their future. So I'm not saying leave your man at any inconvenience. No, not at all. No. If you're with a guy of substance, everybody falls. Everybody has their shortcomings. Everybody has, I wouldn't even call it shortcoming, those transitional phases of life where their perspective has to change for the better. And if you're in your divinity and you're taking care of yourself as a woman or as the feminine, or if you're, you know what I'm saying, you get the diaspora one of times, trying to say the dichotomy, what I'm trying to say. If you're in your divinity, you're already going to know what it is, you know? I feel like it's so easier now to dictate and how to move and correspond to things, because life is 25% of what happens to you and 75% of how you respond to it. I'm kind of in a little situation right now with life, and I'm thinking, am I gonna beat myself over it or just respond accordingly and trust that these things are happening in my head? Before I went to Vegas, I'm not in a relationship with anybody or any friendships with any man for that matter. I kind of sweep them out the way. I already have 8 brothers. I already know how they freaking function. But before I went to Vegas, I was dealing with somebody before I met Mr. Vanilla Baby. The person I was dealing with before I met Mr. Vanilla Baby, he was just an incompetent fool. And once I got rid of him and got rid of this whole wishing and hoping everything I could shape him into everything I wanted to be, once I got rid of my, you know, my Delulu, I just cleansed myself of all those expectations and trying to shift what I wanted of this person. Like, I stopped stressing myself mentally. I stopped stressing myself out over this person. And once I stopped stressing myself out over this person, I went to Vegas, okay? I met a guy, Mr. Vanilla Baby, and he practically like paid for all my expenses. So like all the money that I initially spent, I got it back because I sold my tickets to the Usher concert. He took me shopping. He just spoiled me on my birthday. He didn't even know me. So I'm just saying, like, these guys, when we're dealing with them, if they don't get right, they get left. So I wouldn't waste my time trying to shape somebody into who I want them to be anymore. You only get to be young once. You only get like that 20-year span of fertility, 25, 30 max, depending on, you know, your cycle when it started. You only get that 30-year span of fertility, and it's not a lot of time. A lifetime really these days when you're ethereal, like, it's not enough time to be playing around when you know what you want. And you can have what you want. You could be at peace, keep growing and evolving with the person you're supposed to be with. if you just cycle out those unnecessary components of matter. And unfortunately, sometimes it's those people we have connections with, friends even. I don't have guy friends anymore. I have my brothers and I'm cool. Most guy friends just want to keep you around when it's convenient to get more opportunities from other men. That's another topic I'll talk about in another video. But ultimately, I've learned to stop involving myself in man business. You know how Nene Leakes told men to stay out of women's business and vice versa, stay out of their business, because if they wanted to come right from the get-go, they would. And the thing is, men know who they can and can't deal with. Some of them just be talking, and honestly, just play a bimbo in their face to see if they're really about it, because they nobody care for talk. Oh, I did this. Oh, I did this. Oh, I did this. I was this. I was that. Well, I went on this plane. Be like, yeah. Give them only 3 times to call their bluff. And if that 4th time they ain't really making actions towards making your life better, goodbye. I'm not gonna argue with you. Goodbye. Oh, I gotta go. Never text them again. You don't even have to block them. Well, you can, because they're annoying. But yeah, ultimately, you only get one chance to live life, one chance to be beautiful, one chance to have, have it all. Okay, is what I'm saying. And don't waste time. Don't stress about their incompetence. That's their fault, not your fault. Don't make it your problem. Their problems, don't make it your problem. Let them solve their own problems. There, as men, are supposed to be the Superman, the Prince Charming, the knight in shining armor, the warriors, the ones that fight the war to get the woman. Okay? Otherwise, then you're just gonna be the damsel in distress, the help, fall into that stupid mentality of the pick-me, and you arguing with other women who just don't play those games with men. I don't believe in coddling men, and if I do have a son with my future partner, I know my kid is already going to be strong, because I refuse to be laid up with a bum. I refuse to be laid up with a guy that isn't taking care of things and setting himself to be a role model for our future children. I'm not even playing like that. I'm not betting on potential. I'm not playing with your potential. I'm not hoping that you're going to be. Hell no. You are what you are the moment that you step in those parameters of my existence. If I see you're incompetent, you are gone. See me when you're ready to see me. See me when you really got that Roth IRA stacked up. When you're ready to sign me on as your beneficiary. When you got those properties. See me when you're ready to see me. Otherwise, you ain't seeing nothing. Alright, Mean Team, that completes this video. I hope you like this video. Smash subscribe, like this video, and check out my music videos. And stay tuned for more content. Love you. Bye.